Costco's return policy is one of the best ones out there. Basically, everything you buy at the store can be returned with the exception of a few electronics. Yes, even the dead Christmas tree that you're returning in January can be returned. Returning items at Costco is pretty straightforward, but in certain situations it can be a little tricky and it can take some time, so you may expect to be at the refunds desk for a little bit longer than usual. So to begin with, if you have the item, your receipt, and your Costco membership card, and the card that you use to purchase the item, you're all set to go. Now, most of us, and I say us because I do this all the time, I don't keep my receipts. So if you are needing to do a refund or want to do a refund and you go to the store and you don't have your receipt, that's not a problem. All you need is your Costco membership card and they'll be able to figure out when you bought it and for how much and which card you used. One side note is when you're doing a refund to the card, if you used your Costco City Visa card, most times the register will be able to refund the money straight back to your card without you needing to have your card. But sometimes when you use a different card or when you use split payments, you'll have to present a Visa card or you'll have to get a gift card, a shop card, to get your refund back. Now, this is kind of a weird one, but sometimes there's no item. So what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes you'll buy a cake for a party and you serve the cake and everybody's like, oh, this is terrible. Maybe it just didn't taste good or maybe it was bad. So what do you do in that situation? You can still get a refund for that item. So even if there's like one slice that you didn't eat, put that in the container and bring back the container and then just let them know at the register what happened and they will be able to issue you a refund. Now they do need a manager to be able to do that, but it shouldn't be a problem. This happens a lot with produce and other food items. If you bought an item and it broke, you can return it. If you bought an item and you lost it, say, I don't know, some shoes or jeans or something besides an electronic, that might be a little hard. And that's something that I would definitely go talk to the clerks at the register and then maybe talk to a manager and see if they can do something for you. I don't think it's very likely that you can return an item of that sort that's not food, because anybody could come in and lie and say like, oh yeah, I bought these like super nice, awesome Nike shoes and I went running and they flew out because they were too big and now I can't find them. Can I get my money back? No, you're not. I don't think you're gonna get your money back. I'm sorry. Now moving on to electronics. So Costco's policy with returns is anything can be returned, but when it comes to electronics, you do have a time limit to do so. It is 90 days to try out the item, and if you don't like it, don't want it, or there was something wrong with it, you can return it. Now, if you go past the 90 days, you won't be able to do a refund if there's anything wrong with it. What you'll have to do is you'll have to contact our concierge services, which I hear is kind of a hassle to deal with, and I haven't myself dealt with them yet, so I wouldn't be able to tell you from experience. But from talking to people about it, it seems like more often than not, it is a bit of a process, but usually what will happen is if they're not able to fix it for you or like troubleshoot it, then they will give you a claim number that then they'll send to the Costco warehouse where you purchase the item, and then you can return it. And then I know it's a lot, but once you have that claim number, the manager at the warehouse will be able to like pull that out and they'll be able to process the refund for you. I believe when you do this, you do need to buy the same item, but don't quote me on that. It's been a little while since I've done any of these refunds. Now, with normal items, if something breaks, it is typical that you can bring it back and we'll give you a full refund for it. But when it's an electronic, you are pretty much out of luck. So when you get an electronic, make sure you're being safe about it. But also make sure that you're looking at the return policy on the specific item. Some items you'll be able to return, like printers and some like portable chargers, stuff like that, you would be able to return. But when you buy a TV, a computer, a cell phone, stuff like that is what you won't be able to return. So if there's no clear sign, just ask one of the people at the electronics section. Okay, so what if you got a gift from someone else and you don't have a Costco card and you want to return the item? So this is a bit of a tricky one, and it is a little bit of you have to put in a little bit of work. So anytime you want to return anything to Costco, you do need a membership number or a receipt, basically. If you don't have it, the best thing to do is to have the name or the membership number available, or the receipt if the person that gifted you the president has it for you. If you want to be on the down low, that's fine. They should still be able to find it, but they will need a membership number to figure out how it was bought, when it was bought, and what they used to buy it, the price. There's a lot of information that they need to know before they can process a refund, because Costco also needs to be safe about stolen items or items that are not even from the store. So if you want to make it a little bit easier for yourself, it's better to come prepared and have either the name, the membership card, or the receipt, or just expect to be there a little bit longer than usual. Now, let's say that you don't have the name, the membership number, or receipt, but you still want to return it. We know that it's a Costco item. So the item should still be able to be refundable to you under certain conditions. So one, you can only get a Costco shop card. And even if you don't have a Costco membership card, you can still use that card. You just have to present it. They'll give you what they call the code 99. It's not a code, it's just well, I guess it is a code. They punch it into the register to let them know that you're buying without a membership. That's what 99 means. So one, you'll get that shop card, and two, you can only get it for the value at the current location. So if somebody bought a gift during Christmas time and it was worth $100, and you got it and you waited 2-3 months and you're like, you know what, we're not going to use this, I'm going to return it, and then you go back and the sale price of that Costco is $20, that's all you're going to get. Unless you have the receipt or proof of purchase, you will only get the price that the item has at the current state. Also, as a tip, different Costcos may have different prices for certain items. This all depends purely on the store manager. It's not like Costco's trying to trick you or anything like that. Sometimes certain warehouses will have more of one inventory item and they'll need to sell it, and so they lower the price, but maybe another Costco across the city will have only a few of them because they're selling out, so they'll keep them the same price. So if you wanted to do the trip to get a little bit more value for the item, you're welcome to do that. So what about items that are like really, 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 really old? Yeah, you can return those. When I worked in the membership desk or the refunds desk, I have returned couches that were about 6 to 7 years old. And honestly, you get the full money that you paid for back then. Now, I'm not encouraging anyone to do this. That being said, if it's a quality concern, if you meant to have this couch for 10 plus years and it really just broke down like super fast, I mean, yeah, you could return it. All you have to make sure, again, is membership card, receipt, and you have to make sure that the full, like, everything is there. Like, you can return incomplete items of that sort. The only things that we may be able to take if they're incomplete is food items, snacks, stuff like that. Things that have a lot of substance to it, I guess. One funny story is one time, a long time ago, when Costco still sold DVDs and Blu-rays, somebody tried to return a movie and I scanned it and it wasn't working, and I told the member, hey, I'm sorry, I don't think I can find this. And I looked at the history on the membership card. I asked like the time period when they bought it. They couldn't tell me, or I guess it wasn't accurate. But anyway, after spending a good 5-10 minutes trying to figure out when they bought this movie, we finally noticed that there was a TJ Maxx sticker on it. So if they're not bought at Costco, you probably won't be able to return them at Costco. So did that help you? Did that answer some questions that you might have had? Or maybe now you feel more prepared to go and return your items? So if you do, please leave a thumbs up. And then just to give you an extra tip, if you have a very heavy item and you need to unload it to a flatbed or a cart to bring it into the refunds desk, just go ahead and ask anybody in the car crew. They'll usually have like some yellow or orange vests. They should be walking around the parking lot. If there aren't any that you can see right away, you can go to the people at the door, whether they're checking people in or checking people out, and let them know that you could use some help unloading some stuff from your car, and they'll call on the radio. They'll get somebody to help you out. Okay guys, well that is it for today. I hope this was helpful. Refunds is not that scary. It can be just a little bit tedious. So good luck to you. If you have any questions, again, just let me know in the comment section below. I'd be happy to answer any questions for you. And I'll see you sometime later.